Hello, guys. Welcome to a special episode of Pop Life. We're here today and we're going to talk to our new veterinarians, the future of our profession. I'll let them introduce themselves one at a time. We're here to share stories of how life is now in the college, what made them choose to be a veterinarian. And then let's get the ball rolling. When you guys were into your rotation, so the junior, senior year, what was it that put into your mind? You all guys mentioned you want to go into the field of small animals. So why? What was that? No, nung nag-duty kayo na parang, yeah, I might be made for small animal practice. Ano yun? What made you decide to go into our field?
I knew na I wanted to go into small animal practice even before I entered vet school. But during vet school, I think what really affirmed it was I realized I love people also. Because when you're in small animal practice, you need to love interacting with people because it's an everyday thing. So I do enjoy that. I enjoy working with owners on their pets' health, and I really just enjoy connecting with people, and it's not something I find tiring, although sometimes it can be. So I think that's that.
So I understand what the Carmela is saying kasi 'di ba pagka naka-duty tayo, yung chika-chika natin with the owners, no, of all walks of life, no. O ikaw, Doc Patricia, what was it that affirmed nung nandun na tayo sa college?
Actually, I went into vet school with the main motivation of being in small animals talaga. Pero what affirmed it for me was, I think it was one of those duties na, actually it wasn't a duty pala. It was the time that I volunteered sa UP Diliman Teaching Hospital. It was the mid-year before I started being a junior clinician. So it was just one of those extra times na I was free, I wanted to gain experience, so I volunteered as a clinician. And then at that time, my very first client was actually an indigent client. And then she brought in her aspin who had a very large mass at the back, very old dog na. And then my attending vet, doing everything that she could and with further workup and x-rays, they found na parang end stage na. So, it was also a matter of communicating with the client, what's left to do. And I think at that moment, like seeing the client having so much love for her pet and being so willing to give what little she has for her pet's care, and also entrusting that to us, to me as a student and also to my attending vet, I really saw the impact that vets can have on the lives of others and in their beloved pets. So I think that really inspired me more than anything.
Nakakatuwa naman. Kasi yun talaga yun eh. There's always that one case during natin, no, duty natin sa Diliman na talagang it's either one or two na we just remember eh. Na that's when you decide you're doing it well, that you're in your field. Ikaw, Doc Gabriel, what was it that made you decide to go into small animal industry?
Ako, same again, late na naman ako na-realize na I wanted to go to small animal practice. Yung ano ko nga po, yung externship ko is sa poultry. And then when I was there, parang mabubore ata ako dito. Kasi konti lang din yung tao, and then puro nasa like ang laki ng space, parang di ako sanay sa ganun. So kaya then when I was studying for the boards, medyo naging interested ako sa mga internal medicine, amazing ng field na to. So ayun, dun po ako na and then pag nag-duty pa ako sa hospital, sa vet hospital, parang magaganda rin naman mga experiences ko, parang compared sa iba na they get parang baka may something sa akin, wow. Pero parang ganun.
The fact that you're here, there's something in you guys. You're here, you made it. Meron. Looking back, when you were still in vet school, nung nasa LB pa tayo, if you could, can you share maybe 3 things that got you into vet school?
Favorite ko din Doc Erie. It was my little haven. Yeah. Yeah, vet school was really hard. I think dami ko din breakdown and days of extreme stress. I think everyone can relate here. So I think looking back, what really got me through was, well, one was my faith. I think God was really, really there for me. I felt His presence all the years of VetMed, and especially finishing vet school, and especially the boards. Second would be my family. They were just really, really supportive. I think my parents never rushed me, and I'm so grateful to them for that. Parang they were just the type of people to let me make my mistakes, learn from them, and they just always assured me that they were gonna be there, and that helped me also to focus on the work that was at hand. And I think lastly, friends talaga, both in vet school and not in vet school. Di ko ma-survive without those friends. I mean, studied together, pulled the all-nighters together. If they weren't there, I don't know where I'd be. But yeah, they really got me through.
Correct, my gosh. Kasi although mahalata na naman ang edad ko, no, nung kami sa micro, share pa ng slides eh. Ano na ba ngayon? yung, yung mga encephalo. Oh, anyway, mahalata edad ko, wag na. What are the 3 things that made you survive our vet school?
Well, for me, I really agree. Number one, yung food, and also yung friends, of course. Pero if I had to name my own top 3 things, it would be, I guess, number one, sleep. Kasi I was the type of student na hindi talaga ako makaka-function without enough sleep. So even if wag niyo ako gayahin, kahit na hindi ko natatapos yung coverage ng exam, kailangan ko lang talaga matulog, or else I'll do even worse without sleep. I think it was my own form of self-care talaga, other than yung eating properly. I think the second one is I'm really guilty of enjoying K-dramas. So, yun din yung isa kong self-care. Pero, I couldn't watch K-dramas in between classes or during the SEM kasi I'm the type na i-binge ko lahat ng episode. So, a compromise that I made with myself was hindi ako manonood throughout the SEM, pero I'll binge everything once tapos na yung exams, once tapos na yung semester. So, it really helped to look forward to that kind of reward.
It's a blessing to have a solid support system. Doc Gabriel, ikaw, your turn. What are the top 3 things on survival mode, kaya na-survive mo ang ating eskwela?
I think yung number one ko is yung friends. Medyo cheesy. Because there are times na sad ka dahil mababa sa exam, pero malaman mo yung friend medyo mas mababa. So, okay lang.
So, natawa ko kasi feeling ko kung kaibigan kita, ako kasi yung mababa yung grade. Okay. Ako yung kamagalala. Ako yung pang-comedy. Kasi what else, friends?
I think we all survived naman because of the great support system. And then second is yung mga distractions, mga movies, series. Ako, opposite ako kay Doc Patxi kasi inuuna ko yung series minsan. Kasi parang pagpunta mo sa classes, mag-spoil yung mga friends. So, wala na. So, ayun. The third one is faith and family. And then I call my parents every day or every other day. And then faith, I think I gained more faith when I was in college. Dahil, then I go to church minsan every other day. And then dadaan lang, gano'n. So, and then medyo surprised ako bakit ako yung bakit laging pasado sa subjects, gano'n. So, parang I don't deserve that na yun mga gano'n. And so I asked God gano'n. Basta di ko mawari sa mga blessings ni God sa akin. I don't know.
Sabi mo kay Lord, pwera bawi. Okay na yan. Oh, that's nice, guys. Ay, wala lang. Really, very proud of you three. If there's anything that you guys wished you knew before naman you entered vet school.
I think first, I'm not sure if people can relate with this, but one is you don't have to be great at handling all animals. I think that a lot of people, including myself, thought na parang you need to be able to, be good at handling all animals in order to go to vet school. And share ko lang, I know this might be funny for some people, but I was scared of chickens. I know they're docile, but I was really scared of them. They look mean, and I because I encountered them one time in class, and I was like, hala, why am I scared? I thought na I didn't have what it takes to be a vet, but my professor helped me through it, and I learned na parang use the unique passion that you have within vet school. Like for example, you're passionate about dogs and cats, or you're passionate about exotic, that's equally needed in the profession because the profession is so diverse. And the things that you're scared of, the animals that you're scared of, you'll still learn on the way. Like these are things that mentors and professors can help you overcome. So it's really okay. Like even if you're scared of, some animals, it's fine. Like it's just remain curious and focus also on the passion. I think another thing that I wish I knew was to take better care of myself. Patsy was able to share about sleeping. That was something that I didn't get to do or didn't prioritize. And I felt the effects of that on my body after vet school. So I dealt with a lot of health issues after, and I think that was like an accumulation of stress and just not paying attention to good health and even good mental health. So that's one thing I wish I knew. Na, you don't have to lose yourself there. Take good care of your body and your mind. Um, and three, uh, what else? I wish I knew when it comes to surgery. This is specific. When it comes to surgery, for those who are incoming third year ba yung surgery? Um, I wish I knew that, or I wish somebody told me that space as in dog space are actually not routine surgeries. They're actually difficult, and any abdominal surgery is difficult. And I've also spoken to a lot of vets who have expressed difficulty or they find it still challenging after many years in the field, especially large dog space, because anything can happen. So I think I wish I knew that I didn't have to be so hard on myself. And I hope a lot of students hear that also. Na you don't have to be so hard on yourself when it comes to challenging surgeries. And speed also isn't a goal. I wish somebody told me that, because coming into vet school, I would always hear some professors would compare sino pinakamabilis, and I think unknowingly that became an unconscious goal. And I just wish that somebody told me na no, that's not an important thing. Focus on your patient, on the procedure, and that's not a measure of a good vet. So yeah, ayun. I think that's yeah.
Guys, for before going and even when you're out, tama naman, it applies to same thing. I would have said the same things now that I'm a practitioner. No? Doc Patxi, your turn. What are the three things you'd like to impart to anyone that might want to be also a future veterinarian like you guys?
First off, I really agree with everything that MM said. So, just to add na rin, I wish I knew that, or I wish someone told me that I don't need to know everything. Especially when we started duties, whether it be sa clinic or sa farm. I was the type of student na the night before, I'd study my notes, I'd obsess and study what was possibly going to come out in the duty the next day kasi takot ako na maybe the teacher would ask me something or the vet would ask me something and then hindi ko masagot. Pero the duty would come and then tatanungin ako pero hindi ko pa rin masasagot kahit na anong aral ko. So I think that just proves the point na, you know, you can't know everything. You can do your best and study what you can, pero most of what you'll learn will be from the field pa rin talaga. And yeah, that's also important. And I think the second thing would be to take care of yourself. Well, mention ko yung kanina yung I'd sleep a lot. Pero that's only something that I learned later in vet school. And just like I also suffered from the consequences of lack of sleep early in vet school because I had a hard time adjusting. I really pressured myself na I wanted to do well. I saw my classmates who were doing well in ANAT, for example, which was my weakness. And then I'd compare myself na bakit sila they're doing well tapos ako I'm not doing so well nag-aaral din naman ako. So I think the second thing is to just take care of yourself and be kind to yourself and, you know, give yourself some credit for what you're doing. And the third one, I think, ito yung lagi kong naiisip about vet school. I wish someone told me na you shouldn't, kasi before I started vet school, I went into it thinking na it would be great because I can treat animals and I could be surrounded by all these cute animals and also minimize my interaction with humans because I'm dealing with animals. Pero it's actually the complete opposite na realize ko in vet school, you know. Yes, just like yung sinabi ni kanina, it's very important na you're interacting constantly with clients, whether it be yung pet owners or farm owners, your colleagues, support staff. You're constantly communicating with people, and that's also an important aspect of being a vet.
Alright, thank you so much. Wala lang, natutulala ako kasi my goodness, na-imagine ko na pagkatas ng pandemic na to, magkikita-kita tayo sa mga convention. Pupuntahan ko kayo at kakamayan ko kayo. Gosh, I'm so proud of you guys. Doc Gabriel, what are yan? Your turn to impart your lessons to anyone that might also be wanting to be a vet.
I agree with what Doc Patxi and Doc said. Pero I want to be specific a little bit. In terms of, number one is it's gonna be expensive. It's gonna be really expensive sa vet school. So the thing that you should know is you can borrow, you can online shop, which I did not do sa mga things which not cheaper. Ayun, so be intelligent in terms of spending and mag-ipon kasi expensive na yung vet school. Number two is I wish I knew na I could volunteer and do what clinicians do earlier in my siguro first few years kasi yun yung insecurity ko, medyo inexperience in terms of different fields sa veterinary medicine. I wish I did more as a student, pero I'm not sure din baka hindi ko ma-balance yung time ko. Pero I would have loved it, I think, if I did more. Third one is spend more with friends, and then kasi nung nag-college kasi ako, medyo lumayo ako sa mga friends ko here sa hometown friends, and then so I wished I called them more, mga ganun sa friends.
Anyway, lahat ng sinabi ninyo are applicable even before entering VetMed, and now na may pandemic, from getting in touch with family and friends, taking care of ourselves, and so that we can take care of others. Lahat yon, no, valid, very good stories. So really, I'm very excited after the pandemic to meet all three of you in person. I cannot wait to hear about you in your own practice. Kaya niyo yan, ha? The passion that you have right now, please, no, fire that passion. Kasi talagang yung pinili natin, tama kayo lahat, no? Kasi unang-una, hindi lang naman yung mga pasyente natin ang kakausapin natin. True, right now, because of the pandemic, curbside practice, o karaniwan, pasyente na lang ang maabutan natin. But still, you're gonna want to talk to the owners, no, to get the stories, and you have to have a good support staff, no, the people around you. You have to take care of them, but you also have to take care of yourself so that we can be good veterinarians. No? So with that, we're going to end this episode, and then everyone here that's listening in, thank you so much. I do hope we're able to share with you our passions, our stories. If you have questions, feel free to send us a message, petcare@poplife.ph. And we'd like to thank the three doctors with us today, from Dr. Carmela, Dr. Patricia, Dr. Gabriel. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Can't wait to hear and see you in your clinics. So with that, thank you, guys, and we'll see you soon.